All right, so welcome to the Team Nourished Team Call. It is Thursday, October the 21st, and we are going to go ahead and get started. First and foremost, I always want to start out our calls with a celebration time. So congratulations, ladies. I am so excited about this month so far. We've been doing amazing. We have helped officially 21 people on our team this month, which is incredible. I know we had talked last call and set a big goal for ourselves on our team of helping over 50 women, because I think our top month we've ever done is 53 people, not necessarily women, but 53 people enrolled. And so I am challenging us. We have about 10 days left in the month. And I know that as the end of the month comes along, we typically pick up steam. Typically, that's when you start really getting secure about what you are enrolling to. I know we've talked about that with, I can't tell you countless team calls about it's really difficult to invite when you don't really have a clear thing that you're inviting to, something with a date, something that you can push towards. It's really hard to just go into somebody's inbox or text or however you're getting in touch with them and say hey girl, I don't know if you want to do this with me. It's always kind of awkward. Whereas if you have something specific to invite to, it's very easy to say, hey, we're starting October the 25th. I would love to get you enrolled with us. And then as the date gets closer, you have that sense of urgency building. And we all know we will, of course, welcome them into our community whenever they're ready. But that hard and fast date really does help them feel like they have a secure start date. And so I would encourage you, if that's not how you personally run your boot camps, I would really encourage you to give that a try, because, as you get approach that date, obviously the numbers are going to go up. So that's what I mean when I say, as we approach the end of the month, I know for a fact that the numbers are going to continue to climb. So my goal is always to help as many people as I can every single month, with a minimum. My personal minimum is to help 5 people every single month. That helps give me free Beachbody leads, meaning if I don't know, Sam hops on, I usually say Susie, I can't think of, but if Sam hops on and she's Googling at midnight, dance workouts, and Let's Get Up gets on and she goes on and buys that, she still gets connected to a coach. She just gets put into the lead wheel. And so if you have SC10, which is helping 5 people or more enroll every single month, and you're an Emerald, you are a part of that lead wheel, meaning you will continually get free customers that you don't know. And so to me, if Beachbody's going to put some money on the table, I want to be in line for it. Why let it sit there? Because it's going to go to somebody. It might as well go to one of our team, right? Let's improve our lives too. So congratulations to our weekly top 5. If you are new here and you don't know, the weekly top 5 is made up of coaches who are enrolling people, who are enrolling new coaches, customers, PCs, who also have personal sales volume, which means either they've purchased something on their own for themselves, or hold on. I have something stuck in between my nose and my throat. It's tickling. Or someone has purchased something from them. So congratulations to Casey, excuse me, who is our number 1 coach of the week. She is, and you guys saw her shouted out today. We're going to do a little recognition as well on the rank front, but you saw Casey shouted out today. She is a brand new Emerald on our team, and we'll go over, different rank stuff at that point too. But congrats, Casey. Congrats to Pam Webb at number 2, Carrie Summers at number 3, Megan Pickup at number 4, who is our wonderful guest speaker tonight. And congratulations to Celeste Powell, who's number 5. We also measure success with Success Club points. Beachbody has set a points value for every single total solution pack that we sell or enroll a new coach with the total solution pack, that kind of thing. You get 2 points for every 1 person you enroll. And there's a couple of other combinations that net you 1 point. That's why sometimes you'll see an odd number on the board. But congratulations to Carrie Summers with SC6, Casey Eccles at SC6, myself at SC6, Amanda Harrell Harold at SC5. And then in the Two Lives Changed Club, we have Jamie Runner at SC4. We have Cody Brannon at SC4, which we're going to get a little rank shout out for him too. Congratulations to Renee Koth, Megan Pickup, Amy Myers, Samantha Brannon, and Kim Seekers for being at SC2. That means they have helped one person get enrolled. This also being Team Cup Month, we really want to make sure that we are pushing forward with putting out what we are inviting to. So I would love in the comments, if you know what you are inviting to, put that in the comments. If you don't know what you're inviting to, put that in the comments, and we're going to figure out what you need to be inviting to. If you are a part of my personally sponsored team, because I know we have the entire downline has access to this call. So I am personally inviting at this moment to our Nourished Turkey Trot. So that is what I am enrolling new people with. They get our, I'm signing them up, just so you know what I'm signing people up with. I am signing them up if they do not have access to Beachbody On Demand to the the Beachbody On Demand Challenge Pack. And there are now several options, but the 140 option, there are really 3 choices now. There are Shakeology, which is always our number one go-to because that nutritionally solves so many issues for so many people. We have the Performance line, which is Energize and Recover. And now we have the Glow and Go, which is Hydrate, Energize, and Collagen. And I actually just sent a cart for that today, which was really exciting because it was somebody who really cannot have Shakeology. She's got a lot of health restrictions, but Energize, Collagen, and Hydrate she can have. So she's really excited that there are now options for her with that that aren't, protein based options. So I was really excited about that. And so that's what I'm enrolling people with. If they already have Beachbody On Demand, we're going to go over a few little announcements. But if they already have Beachbody On Demand, completion packs look a little different now. So completion packs are no longer called completion packs. The system will recognize if they are already a Beachbody On Demand customer, and you are not allowed to purchase a pack with BOD already in it. And so you do have to, when you go through the new process, and I'll explain in just a minute here, but when you go through the new process and load in a new cart, it does make you pick an accessory bundle. Whereas before we didn't have to do that, which is a little bit confusing for people that, that you've done it the old way. Now you're going to do it the new way. You're like, why do I have to pick an accessory bundle? I don't know. That's just the way the website's working right now. They're doing so many changes that may change. But for right now, the ones that stay at, it's actually $129.95 now, but we are used to round numbers. So 130-ish. The ones that are 130 are Let's Get Up and To Be Mindset, if I'm not mistaken. So those are the 2 packages that you can add those accessory bundles. And the price is 130, which is a good deal. So that's the price of what the completion pack used to be. So if you are enrolling someone in that. And then the other announcement as far as packages go, because you guys, we had Body launch this week, and it has been very, very, very exciting. Let me stop share for just a second, and then we'll go back to recognition. But with exciting, I know Amanda and I had this conversation earlier, so I'm going to share our conversation here, Amanda, because I think that it bears repeating. With change always comes confusion, right? Like it always gets confusing. I mean, if you've ever been with any company through any level of change, or even in your own household, like if you change internet providers, right? You go from Spectrum to CDE or something, and things are not the same. Your brain is like, this is so confusing. I don't understand. I hate this. It's too hard. When really 2 months down the road, you're not going to remember any difference. You're not going to remember the way it was before. So I know that things are a little confusing right now. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to screenshot. Don't be afraid to contact Coach Relations. I've been on the chat with Coach Relations so much. We're best friends and are now going to send each other like Christmas cards this week with qual stuff. But don't be afraid to ask questions. We'll figure it out. I love Marie Forleo's book, Everything is Figure Outable. And I really do live my entire life in that mode. Maybe as a military spouse, I've just always had to, but like, we're going to figure it out. We're going to be resourceful and we're going to push forward. So if you have questions, if you're trying to enroll somebody and it's not making sense, or the pack you want to get isn't lining up the right way, just send me a message. It's part of what I do. Okay, back I know what I was gonna say before we screen share again. One more note about the packs right now. Now I'm totally blanking. 3-day refresh and ultimate reset challenge packs, whatever they're called total solution packs now, but the prior ones were called challenge packs. They do not exist right now. So that this week was like found out and we were like, oh my God, there's no 3-day refresh challenge pack. This is terrible. And everybody freaked out. And it is annoying and it is frustrating. There's nothing wrong with the 3-day refresh. Like they have them in stock. Same with ultimate refresh. I wish they'd rename them because there's a lot of rereads in there. But they still exist. The challenge pack itself just does not exist right now. So you can either add those products to a challenge pack or to an HD order of Shakeology, or you can, no, that's pretty much it. Or you can just hang on till the 11th of November, which is when they're guaranteeing that they will have the website issues figured out. But if you have issues, if that throws a wrench in your plans, let me know. It threw a wrench in my plan. But again, we adapt, we overcome, we figure out solutions. So, because we do have a 3-day refresh group coming up right after Halloween. And then we also have another one coming up right after Thanksgiving. And I am personally going to be doing the ultimate reset right after Thanksgiving. So if you guys are joining me for that, you'll want to kind of figure out what we need to do for all of that. But okay, back to our fun recognition, the fun part of what we do. Get out of here. Congratulations again. We have 2 rank announcements. And if you don't know where I am, if whatever you're sitting on the team call and you're like, hold on, where is she? I'm in the Team Nourished team page. So you can set that to one of your favorites. So you always get all the updates. But congratulations to Casey Eccles, who hit Emerald this week. I'm really excited for her. She basically decided to start her business on the 1st of October. She's been a coach with our team, a discount coach with our team for a little over a year. I think she started in like September or August of last year. And just really was like ready to go for it this month. And not really because it was like, okay, I finally hit 50 pounds down. I finally, like, there was no real, and you can talk to Casey about it personally, but like, there was no real like, okay, I've finally done this. Now I'm able to coach. She literally was like, what is Team Cup? I saw you announce that. What does that mean? I told her, and she was like, yeah, I think I kind of want to start a coaching business and kind of want to do something. And I was like, okay, well, let's go. And look, here she is. She was coachable. She did the things we asked. We talk about, reaching out to the people in your immediate network, the people who are already following your journey. Like I said, Casey's been on a journey for the last little over a year, and definitely has results, but it's not like, she went from losing 100 pounds to like signing up 50 people in one day. She just reached out and made a decision and decided that this week she was going to be Emerald. So congratulations, Casey. And then the other one that I want to shout out is, here we go. Once my computer decides to get with the program here. Congratulations, Cody Brandon. I know it's always a funny joke when we have a husband who makes it to Emerald or makes it to Diamond or whatever on the team, because we all know that Cody Brandon is really Samantha Brandon. But the cool thing about what Beachbody allows us to do is that we're allowed to build a spouse account. We call them controlled accounts. That's not really a term in Beachbody world, but we call them controlled accounts. And basically Beachbody has a rule where you are allowed to sign up yourself plus 2 other people. It's called U+2 on one card. So like, Matt and I's Shakeology comes out of one card. That's kind of what I mean here. But under the U+2 umbrella is your spouse, your significant other. So if you're not, man and woman married, your significant other, your mother, father, and adult child. Those all fall under the U+2 umbrella. So, and then you're able to have access to that person's business account. You can add coaches underneath of there. And that is exactly what Sam did. This homegirl's pushing for Diamond. And I'm really, really excited about that. She is 1 Emerald away from Diamond. So congratulations, Sam and Cody. What do we call it? Team Cody Sam or Sam Cody? That's what we're calling it these days. And then the last little announcement that I wanted to make, if again with the scrolling here, is about our diamond retreat. So please remember that we do have our diamond retreat coming up in January. So if you are, if it will load, if you are, this is why I usually make slides, you guys. If you are interested in coming to our diamond retreat and you're like, what do I have to do to get there? Reach out to me privately and I will basically walk you through exactly what you have to do to get there. But we are going to be meeting. And if you guys are following along with Moira or Erin Hopkins or who else is at that one? I can't remember. Katie Moore, I think, is doing this one with them, but they are in the place where we are going to be. I think we have a house down the street from where they are right now, but it is incredibly gorgeous. It is so fun. Because we're going to be in Charleston, we have access to a lot of really incredible coaches. Some of the top 10 on all of Beachbody live in Charleston. And so they will be coming to speak and train at our event. We're going to have live workouts there. It's really going to be an amazing time. And the ladies who just helped finish 6-star qual, so that is Renee Koth, Carrie Summers, Amanda Harold, and Michelle King, have all qualified for this diamond retreat. So if you're like, you know what, I just kind of want to hang out with Amanda Harold for the weekend, so I think I'm going to go to hit diamond. You could also do it because of that, because Amanda is so much fun, and so are all the other ladies. But we're also going to be having Jen Hines, who is one of my besties in this business. She and her diamond team as well are going to be there. So it's going to be really, really fun. I'm very excited to be able to host another retreat. We did one last year here in Hawaii, so we thought we'd do one on the mainland this year, so that it's a little more accessible for a lot of people. So be sure you mark that on your calendars if that's something you're going to want to do. It is over the long Martin Luther King weekend, so just know that it's there, and it is not too late to start qualification for it. So if that's something you want to do, I want to help you run for it. Let's see. I don't think there are any other like major announcements. Just for your own knowledge, our team did hit 6-star official lifetime today, which is very exciting. Congratulations to you guys. That is a huge accomplishment within Beachbody. The fact that we rank advance after 5-star, rank advancing every year isn't always a given. A lot of people sit at 5-star for a very long time, but that's not really how I want to run my business. I want to always be helping other people start their businesses. So I really want you guys to kind of have that in mind, because I think for the longest time when I started out as a coach, and just kind of to give you a little bit of background, because I think a lot of times people only see where someone is right now and they forget that there's like a journey that got them there. It's just like weight loss, right? Like I look at, had I not known Jamie Runner, that's a really good example from our team. She's lost over 100 pounds. She moved to Virginia. So there are literally people she is meeting right now that don't know that she lost 100 pounds. They don't know that that other version of her existed at all. And so they're like, oh, well, must be nice for her. They have no idea how much she fought and struggled and really worked hard to get where she is. And so the same goes for rank and business stuff too. I think, when people see a certain accolade or whatever, they think, oh, well, it must be easier for her. It's so much harder for me. I want to remind you kind of the trajectory of my business here. It was not straight up like this from day one. Okay. Like I sat as a discount coach for a long time. And then really I hit Emerald. It took me like 5 months to hit Emerald. Guys, I know for a fact you can hit Emerald in 24 hours. Like you could literally hit Emerald while I'm sitting here talking on this call. Like it is 2 people. It can be your husband and your mom. You literally can sign them up right now and you are Emerald. It is not a difficult thing. But for whatever reason, I kicked and screamed and wanted to do it my own way. Didn't want to listen to anybody, which is, par for the course for me, Enneagram 8. But once I hit Emerald, it took me another year to hit Diamond, which again, completely unnecessary and self-inflicted, right? Like we all know that I've watched people hit Diamond in 6 weeks. Like it literally, you could hit Diamond in a month. I saw a girl on Erin Hopkins' team that did it in 8 days. Like it's 12 coaches, which sounds like a lot, but once you get to going, like you really can make a decision and make stuff happen. And then it took me another year to hit 1-star, which was ridiculous as well, because I was in control of that business center. And then after 1-star, I sat at 1-star for 2 years. and then decided to like take ownership of my business and really lean into trainings and really get my head in the game right and start running a business and not a hobby. And then we went from 1-star to 5-star, 1-star, which my second CBC is 1-star, in a matter of 10 months. So that's what I say when I say, like, this isn't just like this. It's dips and ups and downs and just like everything else. But it's important to note that every single one of those leaps happened because of a decision. I decided I wanted something, and then I aligned my actions behind that. It wasn't just, I wish I was this. I wish we did this. I wish I could host a diamond retreat in Hawaii. No, we're going to align our actions and we're going to make that happen. So, and tonight's call is going to help us get there with organization and ease, right, Megan? Let me check the chat. Megan Pickup is invited to the 21-day body group and turkey trot. Excellent. And Amanda Harold has a November 1st boot camp starting and a Thanksgiving Day 5K run. Excellent job, ladies. Again, I feel like that takes a lot of the pressure off of inviting when you know exactly what you're inviting to. So tonight's call, Megan Pickup is going to be leading us. She's going to be teaching us a system called Trello. And she's going to be kind of talking about just some organization. The cool thing about Beachbody in general, I think, and our team as well, is that a lot of times the stuff we're training on, whether that's mindset, actual tools, whether that's social media or how to take a better photo or whatever, it's so applicable in so many areas of our life. So like I was thinking about this today, Megan, you could literally use Trello for chores if you wanted to. Like, it does not have to be Beachbody stuff. It really can be whatever you want it to be. I just love that you have it very organized for our business. And so I asked Megan to speak selfishly because I also really want to understand Trello. So Megan, I am going to let you take it away, my friend. And let me make you, well, if you try to share your screen, let me know if it doesn't let you, and I will switch you to being a co-host so you can share your screen too. So.
Okay. Well, hello, everyone. Like she said, I'm Megan Pickup. I live in Bentonville, Arkansas, and I started my coach journey March, I believe, maybe April of last year, and then took a break and then came back spring of this year. And I learned about Trello earlier this year. And like Danielle said, maybe it was last fall, but it can be used in any part of life. And we homeschooled for a really long time. And if we were still homeschooling, I would definitely use it for that. Let me see if I can share my screen. Let's see. All right. Can you see it, Danielle? Okay, so when we got the 21-day posting loop, so I have a bunch of Trello boards and I'll talk about them later, but I took the 21-day posting loop to a Trello board. So I didn't have to look back and forth at what is Monday, what was the fill in the blank example that Danielle gave us. So I put those all on these cards. So what Trello is, you can kind of think of it as a very movable Excel. You have these rows here, and then you have these columns. Go over here. So like if I wanted to put, let's see if I can move us. Another list here that says, so I have the best post there, let's say, didn't get any engagement. And then I would put a copy of a post here and I would know, I don't want to do that one again. So what I've done here is, let's see if this one's mine or the shareable one. This is the shareable one. But what I did on mine is on Monday, on day 1, down here in the comments. Oh, I did it here too, so you could see it. I put a link to the Facebook post that I used for day 1. So I could go back and look at it. And I'll share this in the Team Nourished group, a copy of it, so that y'all have it too, so you don't have to look back and forth. So it has everything laid out. Start here, a tutorial on how to make a copy of a board on Trello, about the 21-day posting loop, We've already learned about that from Danielle's call. And let's see. Your buckets, that kind of goes, that's a whole nother training, but that goes with your like Saturdays, what do you do for fun? And Tuesdays behind the scenes, what makes you you? So mom, coach, maybe you like to bake, maybe like Renee and I, you like to hike. What makes you you? Paddle boarding. Put those things on there so that you know you have ideas of what to post about on the behind the scenes days or fun days. Daily themes, if you don't know what to, maybe you're coming up with a blank on what to put in the fill in the blanks, just go over here to these, like Tuesday travel, Wednesday wealth, workout Wednesday, thankful Thursday. So I kind of help give you ideas of what you can post about in the fill in the blanks. Or if you don't want to do, I think today, well, I did 2 posts today. Maybe it was yesterday. I didn't quite follow the template. That's okay. So does anyone have any questions about how to use this board before I show you some other ways to use it?
I have questions. Of course I have questions, right? So first off, when you say you're going to give us the copy of this, does that mean this is already going to be done for us and we can just like
Yes.
make our own copy?
So you go, it tells you here in the tutorial, but
Okay.
you'll go here to show menu,
Mhm.
more, copy board.
Okay.
So you will have to set up a free Trello account, and you can have 10 free Trello boards, but there is a workaround for that. If you get to the point where you have more than 10 boards, I can show you how to create another workspace, and you can keep doing that and have as many boards as you want under the free account.
That's cool.
So you just title it whatever you want, Danielle's 21-day posting loop, and then put it wherever you'll only have one board at that point.
Okay.
I have several. You can change, if you don't like this background I have, you can say change background. Put in anything. Let's see, if you like this girl that's running, maybe you like to run, you can put that. You can change it to anything.
But when we make the copy, are all of your posts
Yes.
that you put in there, are they going to be in there still?
Yes. So when you do that, it says copy board. So right here where it says keep cards and keep template cards, you want to keep both of those checked.
Yeah, because that's like 1,000 times less work for everybody.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you for being so generous. That's incredible.
And then on my next day one, that's why I didn't date them. I didn't put, not December, whatever month we're in, October 10th or whatever day one was. I just put day one, so that on day 22, which will be my new day one, I'll just put a new comment with that date and then the link to my post.
Makes it so easy. So cool.
And then I labeled them, these colors, based on the same colors that Danielle gave us. And that tells, I put that somewhere.
That's amazing. So, and anybody else can ask questions too, but like, obviously I'm like, so tell me more. So is this just a website or is there also an app?
There is an app.
Okay.
I would say when you're building it, it's definitely easier to build it on the computer. But like for the links, it was easier for me to put the links, I thought, to my Facebook post, doing the share option in Facebook and copying the link and doing it in the app.
Yeah.
And then you can go on there and see, what am I supposed to post about today? And you can even copy, this text
Right.
from the app.
Man, that's helpful.
Has anyone used Trello before?
Megan, I know you're going to give us the template, but how long did it take you to like set up just the 21-day posting?
Just a couple hours. What took me the most time, honestly, was aligning these pictures, because even though they were exactly the same in Canva, for some reason, this highlighted part wasn't lining up. Then I had to keep tweaking the picture. It didn't have to be perfect, but I wanted it to be perfect.
I get it. Thank you.
So no, just going and making the pictures honestly took more time than copying and pasting all the posts.
Wow, it's really pretty. Really pretty.
And then let's see. So I have, I'm working on some other boards for y'all, some trackers. So I made a copy of mine and I didn't keep one of those boxes checked because I didn't, since this is being recorded, I didn't want a whole bunch of people's names shown when people go back and watch this. So when I put copy board, I put keep cards. I left that one. No, I left keep template cards. That's the days, the months up here, but I didn't keep cards when I made this copy for y'all, so that all the names weren't there. So let's say I have to keep moving where we're at. Let's say I talked to somebody named Sarah today. I could go in there and say, Sarah commented on my post about, I don't know, we'll just say running. And then I messaged her and she said, I used to run. I really would like to run again, but I need to lose some weight, or I'd like to run again, but I don't have time with my busy schedule, or I don't have time with my kids at home. So you would make a note in there about that. No time, kids, wants to run. And so then I could tell her about 30-day breakaway or something like that and say, well, you know, if you have a treadmill or if you have just a little time each week, you could still do the runs. And I would just make notes in there about whatever I talked to her about. And you can set, or if she says, well, this sounds really interesting, but I can't commit to anything right now. I can, will you follow up with me next month, or can we talk later? So I can say, okay, I'm going to set a reminder in here, set your due date, set a reminder. I'll just set it at the time. See, I'm going to talk to her on the 1st. And then it'll send me a little note in there to say, remember to follow up with Sarah. And I'll know what I need to talk to her about, so I don't have to scroll back through my messages. And so once I talk to her, since I'm talking to her on November, once November comes, I'll move this over so I don't have to look for it. You can, and these are drag and drop. You can put them wherever you want. So here comes November. I'm going to move Sarah over here to November. And I'll put follow up message about 30-day breakaway. And then whatever she replies back. Maybe she wants a sample. So let's see. No, I don't have that one on here. I have it on a different board. You can put another thing in here, and to put another one, like I showed you on, you can just go down here, add another list, sent sample workout, or whatever you sent. I would put third-party tool. So if you sent them like the thing that Danielle has given us where it says these are the enrollment options, that PDF or a picture of that, if you sent them a sample workout, if you sent them a video about Shakeology, whatever you sent them, you can, I'm going to drag this over here since we're talking about it. And you can move Sarah over there. And then I'll put, well, and have to remove my timer because we're pretending like it is. Followed up with 30-day breakaway, sent sample workout. And then I would put a new reminder in there to say, hey, you know, did you try the sample workout? What did you think of it? or did you do it? And so like this one, enrollment options or coaching info, you can put that there. You can combine all the third-party tools if you want, however you want to do it. And then once you get people that enroll, you can move them over here so that you can keep track of them and make sure that you're staying in contact with your coaches, with your clients. If people signed up for the free trial, maybe you're running a free group. And something that I read from Meredith recently that I haven't been doing, but I'm going to start, is when she has a free group, she makes them sign up for the 14-day trial. And then she says, you know, after 14 days, you have plenty of time to cancel it, so it doesn't go to the 3-month. That's not the best option for you, yada, yada. But you can put them over here, free trial, free group, whatever, so you can follow up with them and make sure you follow up with them before that 14 days is over so they don't go to a 3-month subscription. And then, so let me go back over here to our sample, Sarah. It should be, I know somewhere on here, it tells me everywhere that I have moved her to, but it doesn't matter because you can look and see, well, this happened, like this will say October 21st instead of 3 minutes ago, so that you know when you started the conversation. But I know there's a place on here that shows she's been in this row, in this column, in this column, in this column, but I'll have to find it. Any questions about this one? Any comments about this one?
I'm just excited about it.
Any changes you would make to it, Danielle, for your current tracking to make it, that I can put on here that would make it easier?
No, I don't think so. The only thing that I feel like I do, but maybe this is already like integrated into this because it keeps the dates, is like if I have a customer sign up and I know for a fact they are not going to continue with the Shakeology, like they literally were like, I'm like, it is a sample, I'm going to use it as a sample for 30 days. I usually put in my calendar, like, make sure to contact Sarah about canceling her performance line. Because I try, not that I have to do that, but I feel like as a customer service to my people, I really try to do that. Because I know, you know, I don't, well, here's the deal. I don't like returns. Returns make me mad. Returns mess up my system. I don't enjoy having to deal with returns. And so if I can avoid a return, I try to avoid a return. So, but it looks like that would be.
Yeah, you could do that with the dates. Put
Yeah.
a note, follow up on whatever date, so you know, so you remember why it was reminding you.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. But that's, I mean, that's the only thing that I really, I don't know that it even, like you said, it's not, I don't need to add it. It's just there, but that's the thing I would want to make sure that I utilize.
And then you can put the people you've sent carts to here. Let's say she liked it, we sent her a cart. And then we can just follow up with her the next day if she still hasn't completed the cart.
Right.
And then you get to move her to your coaches or clients.
Right. Well, that's super helpful. And okay, I have a question. Are there ways to archive lists like without deleting them?
I don't know how to get them back, but yes, you can archive. Archiving is the same as deleting in Trello.
Okay.
So if you just wanted to move somebody for some reason, you wanted them off the board, I would just make a new list.
Okay.
And put them over there.
Well, I was thinking more like, you know, if using this long term, like sometimes, like, I don't know, like say June 2001 people, I've moved the people I've continued to invite, right? So how do I delete without actually deleting June 2001? Is that a thing? I don't know.
So
that
like
you
if
need
like
that.
September's empty, I've talked to all of them.
Right.
Yeah, you would just archive this list.
Got it. Okay. Beautiful.
Or I've talked to some people that use this and they make a new one each month.
Yeah.
It would say October conversations, November conversations, you can make a new one. But then you have a lot of boards.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Like, I feel like I know myself really well, and it starts to be the like infinite scroll kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like if there's people still on September and it's, January, then I messed up somewhere.
Right. Very good.
Let's see, to minimize that so I can see what's over here. Daily tracker. So we could use this as our like a business activity tracker. And I didn't copy this one yet so that I could show you how to move these. If I want everything the same on every day, I would click on that. Let's see. Copy. And then I could just drag it over to Tuesday. So if you like this, if you just want to look at it on your phone to do your business activity tracker, you could use this. Or if there's things that you want, like I send happy birthday messages every day, just another way to connect with people and get in their messenger. I don't put it on there. I mean, every once in a while I'll put it on their wall, but usually I go to Messenger for happy birthdays or anniversaries and work anniversaries and dog birthdays. So that's on there, and that's not, we have, if you want to prepare next day's content, you can check that out. I mean, you can do this however you want. And you can change the pictures. It's really easy. So let's say I wanted a picture of the book I was reading on here. I would just go to, well, you can do it multiple ways. You can say cover, upload an image. And I can't see. We'll just say I don't even know what this is going to look like, but we'll see what it is. Okay. Let's just say I'm reading a book about that. So you can add images to each of the cards. I don't know that it makes sense on this board, but on some of them it does. We have.
Well, and I think one of the things, and as you guys grow teams that are bigger and bigger and bigger, one of the things that I spend, well, now, obviously, like at some point, and sorry to interrupt you, Megan, but this was talked about at leadership, and I think it bears repeating here in this space too. Like, I have an assistant. I actually have 2 assistants. That's not a thing that is uncommon as you grow a large business, right? Like, you think about if you were growing a boutique in town, it's unreasonable for most people to think that they are going to be able to manage everything by themselves always. Do I think you need an assistant in the beginning? No, I don't. I mean, you're just doing your basic stuff. But as your business grows and grows and grows and grows and grows, which is kind of the purpose of a business, right? To continue to grow. Sometimes you need extra help. And the cool thing, or the thing that I used to spend a lot of time on, and now I actually think my assistant spends way too much time on, probably, is searching for pictures of new coaches. So like, I do recognition boards. I shout people out on social media. When you hit Success Club, I'm like scrolling back on my phone. And yes, I know I could be way more, organized and put them in folders and all of that. But like, where I see this coming in handy with what you're talking about with that picture is to have the picture of the coach there. Because I'm assuming you can then take that image, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So you have every picture of every coach that comes into your system, and you're not searching for good images of Megan. The image that you use for Megan is right there. That's really helpful.
Another thing you could do, since you have the assistant, is she can create a Trello account and you can invite her to this board, and that makes her an admin of it too. And then you can say, I need you to do something. So you'd be like, I don't have anyone invited to this board.
Yeah.
And then it would tag you in it and you'd get a notification. Hey, Megan wants you to look at this note.
Got it. Yeah, that's really helpful. And I realize that may not be relevant for lots of people right now, but just know that there may come a day in your business where you need to consider having someone to help. And it's not, I will kind of put a plug in there. It's not that expensive necessarily, like, and you don't always need a lot of help all the time, like even somebody taking 2 hours a week off your plate. I mean, if I pay an assistant $12 an hour, that's $24 a week. That's not a bad deal to take some big some projects off my plate. So definitely something to keep in mind. Just file it back for when there's a day when that becomes something you need.
So on the workspaces, like I said, I have a lot. I wanted to show you one that I got from a business coach that I had. Let's see, that's not hers. Is it over here? This one. So she put this together and it has 50 days of posts on it. So if you had a new person and you had 50 days of posts that you could go back and say, like just to get engagement, do this post today. I own a ridiculous amount of whatever, or what have you done for your brain today? Just examples that you could send to new people. Let's see, and there's so many free ones. Like you can get lost in Trello. I could go here. Words or templates, actually. You could say small business. And like Danielle said, you can use it for anything. I saw one in here that someone had made to remind them to water their different houseplants.
Does it cross over to Facebook and Instagram, or do you have to like carry it over?
No, you have to carry it over. But yeah, there's tons of templates already made that other people have made. They're easy to make yourself. This one was someone that somebody else gave me, just in a bunch of other engagement posts. Would you rather, I don't know what she's doing here, earn money or spend money? So not every day, and that's another thing you need to remember about your buckets when you're posting. It can't be, and I'm so guilty of this, it can't be a long, lengthy book every day on your Facebook post. Some of them need to be just, oh, here's a picture of my kids making a mess, having fun in the kitchen. Here's a picture of my dog. Here's, what's your favorite movie? It doesn't all have to be, some of it needs to be entertaining. It doesn't all need to be education. Well, if there's not any other questions, I guess I don't have anything else for Trello.
This was so helpful, Megan. Thank you so much. The other thing that I will tell you guys is I know Amanda, your team uses this. I don't know if anybody else's does, but we purchase content off of Momtrepreneur sometimes.
Yes.
And Momtrepreneur also has a Trello board. So if that's something that you already use, this is a good way. That's actually how I heard about Trello. And I got into it and I was like, I don't understand this. I got to go. And then you the other day on our diamond call or our push to diamond call, were like, oh yeah, I use Trello and I love it. And then you showed me this and I'm like, whoa. Like maybe I do need to get in on this cool thing because it is so, I think about like Jackie Lamka. This is such an incredible tool for you as a small business owner and a realtor. Like you can have all of your stuff planned out here, but then you go over to this board section and you're essentially flipping between your businesses. You have your Beachbody business, you have your, your real estate business, you have, water your house plants and keep those organized. Like, and I think I am always so amazed by organization sort of things because it is not a natural proclivity of mine to be very organized. So I'm always like anything to help me keep my brain straight, I'm like, yes, I'm in 100%. And the fact that this is free is
Mhm.
amazing. Like,
You can plan these out too. I mean, like, so like, let's say today I took a picture of the cats or my kids, because day 16 is family and pets.
Mhm.
And I'm like, oh, that's a really, good picture. It came out well. I don't want to use it today, but I don't want to have to scroll back through my phone and find it. I can go ahead and upload it to here. You just click on this attach button and you can go ahead and put it in there, so you don't have to search for it on day 16.
I cannot tell you how much time is wasted in my business looking for photos that I have
Even
taken.
though I have 500 albums on there, I'm like, ugh.
I'm not the worst with albums, but I'm probably like right above the worst, like the second to worst person with albums. I've discovered a lot of like workarounds with it, where I'm like, for whatever reason, dates have always been a thing that my mind attaches to. So I'm like, well, I know that happened after this, before this. So I'm pretty sure that was in the end of October. And so like, that's how I do it. But again, I can't tell you how much like, and I even told somebody one time, I'm like, I appreciate my assistant. I genuinely do. But you know what I would really appreciate? If I could just hand her my phone and be like, organize this. Like,
What you can do is put them all, you can download all your pictures to Shutterfly, because that's how I search. I'm like, I know this was November of last year, and it's so much easier to go to November of last year on Shutterfly than it is on my phone.
well, maybe I need to start doing that, because it really, I mean, and I will say, like, thank you, I guess Steve Jobs is dead now, but thank you, Steve Jobs, Apple, all the people who are working on that team very hard to try to make me less crazy. So I feel like their whole facial recognition thing is really hard, or really helpful, because I know, like, okay, I want a picture with Eden. So I click the facial recognition thing on Eden and it pops up with all the pictures of Eden. Or I know I need a picture from Leadership 2020. I know that was in Scottsdale, Arizona. I can click the map thing where it says Scottsdale and it will pull all the photos that were taken in Scottsdale, Arizona. So like that definitely really helps as well. I think those kind of workarounds, but having it, and we go back to talking about ownership of your business. These are the kind of things I did when I decided to take ownership of my business, when I decided to stop screwing around, stop, doing posts on a whim. What do I feel like? I remember there was so much time spent like, I don't know what I feel like posting. Let me scroll for inspiration. Oh, look at Jackie. She's so cute. She got a corgi. That's so cute. Maybe I want to get a corgi. Danielle Googles corgis. Oh, what about a Rhodesian Ridgeback? And 30 minutes later, I'm like way over in left field, and I bought a new dog collar for a dog I don't have. Like, that's the way this whole thing works. So when I decided to kind of take back control of my time and take back control of my business, those were the kind of things that I really had to start narrowing down on. Like, I found different things, like on Google Chrome, they have something called Newsfeed Eradicator on Facebook. So when I work on my business on Facebook, there's not a news feed. There's a quote that says elite coaches don't scroll. So elite coaches, we don't scroll, which is probably not true. And I definitely still scroll too much, but it at least will help remind me to not scroll. But yeah, thank you so much, Megan. This was incredibly helpful for me. Hopefully it was for the other ladies as well. What questions do you guys have on this or anything else? Because we just have a few more minutes.
What is everyone currently using to track who they're talking to?
I am terribly using my memory.
Okay, no, you can't do that.
I know. Megan and I talked the other day and she said Trello, and my real estate team uses it. And I was like, oh my God, of course I could use it. And I should also be using it in my real estate business. But Megan, if you would like to share your templates with us, I think that would be super amazing and nice for people.
Yes, for sure. I would appreciate that very much. I'm a pen and paper girl. I don't know. I always have been. I like there's some, and I think it goes back to like neuroscience too. Like there is something about physically writing something down that also secures it in your brain. And some people that I think that link is stronger than with other people. And for me, the physical act of writing something down is incredibly helpful. But I also recognize that that leaves a lot of gaps that people fall through. A lot, because I can't tell you how many times I've gone to invite somebody and, you know, I go through my list or whatever on Facebook and I'm like, oh, you know what? I haven't talked to Amanda in ages. Let me click on her. I'm going to invite her to my run. I know she likes running. And I click, and there was Amanda from 3 months ago that was like, yes, please send me more information. And I'm like, shit. You know, like, but that's what I mean, that literally, that's what I say when there's gaps that people fall through. And again, like obviously writing things down helps, but this I feel like will be hopefully less foolproof for me. So
Yeah, you just have to remember after you message them, go put their name on the board.
yeah, for sure. Well, and I think working with the board open alongside of you will help too, you know. Amanda, were you going to say something?
Yeah, you may have already mentioned this and I just didn't pay attention. So can you like control find and then like type in a name and then it will go
Yes.
to that person?
Let me see.
Like Excel this? Like
So it is. Well, so I'm just going to put day 15 on here because it's that board. There's a search up here
okay, so just like
and
all
it tells me day 15 is on the Monday board, on the Monday column.
we'll go back to those. So are you tracking, are you finding like engagement with certain posts? Like say Monday is like, because I noticed like this last week, like certain days, depending on the post content, I'm getting more engagement than other days.
Yeah, and I would make sure to put a copy.
Mhm.
There's one over there that says most engaging or something like that. You can copy instead of just moving because you want to leave day 2 or whatever it was there, but put a copy of that over on most engaging. So you can remember this is what people like. This is what people think of when they see me. Because if people aren't engaging,
Mhm.
then there's probably a disconnect. And maybe we need to do better in our stories. If what you posted really was you and people aren't engaging, we probably need to do better in stories and saying, this really is me. This is what I'm all about. So that when people see it in your post, they
Yeah.
connect with you.
Right.
Awesome. Is there a way to like see a whole calendar view? And like if you were to highlight, say, day 1 and day 17 and day 12 are like the most engagement, like to get a bigger picture? Does that make sense?
No, you would just have to do that one at a time and put them over there.
Okay, thank you.
And then you could find your pattern that way.
Yeah, no, and Megan, I like that you kind of put the disclaimer in there that it also hopefully will help you kind of self-reflect on what you're sharing about and what is really building your brand and who you are and what is helpful content to your people, you know. And I also find it very interesting when you start examining stuff like social media insights and stuff like that. Days and times, because sometimes literally the difference in engagement is you posted at 9 a.m. and not 5 p.m. Like that, I mean, for me especially, that's a huge thing. I feel like living in Hawaii, I mean, 2 of my girls here are living in Hawaii. So finding the times where people who are watching you are engaging. I feel like if the majority of your people that you follow on Instagram or Facebook, or they follow you, live in Hawaii, posting for East Coast, you know, mainland is not helpful because they're going to be asleep, you know. So kind of know your audience sort of stuff, and you're able to customize when, I think, a little bit better. And the nice thing is say it's not a convenient time for you or something like that, you can link that, you know, that timer thing and put a date and time on there. So then it, you know, it dings your phone and it's like, you need to post this at 9 a.m. You're like, oh yeah, let me do that really quick. Or you can integrate a tool that I've used a lot. It's called Later. It's a posting app, and there's a free one and there's a paid one. I liked the paid one, but because it allowed you to do some other stuff with it too, like post a first comment and things like that. But there are lots of tools that help you build a business that doesn't, my big thing with helping people build businesses is I don't want you to always feel like you're attached to your phone. That's not how I want to live my life. That's not how I want to run my family. I don't want to set that example. And I don't really think that that's a productive business either. So I think setting some time boundaries and getting some tools in place that will help you manage that better is always a benefit to you. And then the teams that you enroll too, because you're going to lead by example in that. So.
And Amanda, I haven't been doing it, but since you said that, I'm going to start on my board. When I put the link for my post, I'm going to put what time I posted it so that I can see I got a lot of engagement on this one. Or, see if there's a pattern in that. And I would play around with the times.
Right.
Yeah. Especially because there is a rhyme and a reason for why we post what on what day. And so like, say today I posted something about personal development, because that's what today's theme is, right? It's like personal development, and say it really didn't, I didn't really get as much engagement as I thought I would. So what does that tell me? It's either the content, the photo, or the time of day that I posted it on. So I might play around with those things, because next week on Thursday, it's also going to be personal development. So maybe like if it didn't land very well, try similar content, different photo, different content, similar photo, that kind of thing. So you can play around with it and really get a sense of what works and when, kind of thing. So, and also know that it's infuriating, and whatever's working this month may not work at all next month. So, welcome to the wild world of running your own business. Thank you guys. It is after 4:00 here in Hawaii, so I'm going to let you guys go. But thank you, Megan. You guys be sure you send your thank yous to Megan. Yes. And I will see you around the team page. And if not else, then I'll see you at next week's team. Oh, thank you. See, this is why. Okay. I know, I wish the other girls had been able to get on or stay on, but okay. Boop, boop, boop. Boop. Okay, boomerang. Cheese.
Cheese.
Amanda, I love that I can hear you going, cheese.
Okay. I'm trying to do like Mel Robbins' high five habit thing. And so
are you doing her book?
Well, I'm gonna get it. I was trying to get it from the library, but they don't have it. So I signed up for the email stuff, and I gotta dig into it more, but
yeah. I feel like that's what's going to be I love her. So that I think is going to be my next personal development. I'm doing the talent code right now. So if you hear more about neuroscience from me in the next couple of weeks, that's why, because it's freaking fascinating and I love it. So, all right, ladies, I will talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.